The Absolute Idiots Podcast.
Wait, let me see. Okay, no.
Hi, I'm James.
And I'm Armand.
And
we are the Absolute Idiots.
What an intro. That's good. We missed you guys.
Yeah.
Happy, is it MLK Day?
It is MLK Day. Happy MLK Day.
Love that man. He's quite good. He did some things. Did you
Yeah.
hear my voice crack for once there? That was really epic.
Did something 60 years ago-ish?
Yeah.
50, 60, 70 years ago.
Anyway, good job on him. He's very talented. If you want to learn about him, Google.
Yep.
Today we are recording a little bit late.
Yes.
But it's just because we wanted to honor MLK because he loved podcasts. it's a very
Podcasts are his thing.
very common fact that he was a big fan of podcasts. In fact, he was planning on okay, I'm done with that. Okay. Anyway, we're not getting political on the podcast. So
Anyways,
don't worry.
This episode was brought to you by a new sponsor.
Yes, of course, we get sponsored by fantastic products every week, and somehow they get more and more fantastic every time. This time we have Kuno Turmeric, 95% circumminnoid. And wow, it's got enhanced absorption. There's 1,500 milligrams of turmeric in the turmeric. Turmeric?
No,
it's turmeric.
Turmeric.
Turmeric in there.
It's like not like turmeric.
And let me tell you, this feels light when you pick it up off the shelf. This is a brand new package we have here. We already finished our other two packages because it was that good.
Oh yeah.
And there's actually 180 capsules in there. So when you lift it, that's actually the lightness of the calories. It's going to be a light calorie. Only 5 calories per serving.
5 calories per serving.
And a serving size is 2 capsules.
So that's
pretty
450 calories.
But you know what? You're supposed to spread that out over 90 days. James and I didn't. We both had a whole bottle in one day.
Yeah. So, and we feel fantastic.
We feel like it's really supporting our healthy inflammatory response, which is great because that's exactly what Kuno Turmeric advertises themselves to do. And these are vegetarian capsules, and they've got a money back guarantee and everything.
I'm really feeling the circumminoids right now. They're just flowing through my blood.
Just make sure that if you're pregnant or nursing, you want to seek the advice of a health professional before using this product. So we did do that for James.
Remember, it's much safer to give birth in a hospital.
Anyway, that's our sponsor. It's Kuno Turmeric. Link in the description below. No. James, introduce the podcast, please.
So, everybody, we all know that you all love I don't know, actually not say that.
You would think it's turmeric, but it's turmeric.
Yeah.
Turmeric. Great product. Not bashing the product. Just it's an epic name. That's all it is.
So we know our audience is primarily teenagers. We ain't got many boomers up in.
We do have one boomer. Shout out to that boomer.
We have one boomer, but our audience is primarily teenagers, and we know the thing teenagers love to spend primarily most of their spare time doing. That's not
eating Kuno Turmeric is being on social media platform. Yeah, why did we say that so fast?
Because it's like
you're just so excited.
I'm so excited. Exactly.
Especially because James is on all the social medias.
Catch me on DeviantArt.
You want to see a great DeviantArt page I found?
Oh yes.
That we can describe.
Oh yes.
I hope I still have it bookmarked from like 4 years ago. Oh wait, no, maybe it's not on this. Oh no, it's not on this.
Oh no! Awful.
No. Oh, here it is.
What? Oh wow!
Oh, they were much better like 5 years ago.
Oh, shame.
Oh, but this is shout out to Ben the Fox 1996 on DeviantArt. I love his stuff, and let me just tell you. I mean, look at this. Amy enters the ring. He's even used pink and a slightly pink toned background there.
Wow.
Check this one out. This is TBH. I'm calling Fox by their original name. That one's a work of art that we can't skip over. This one especially with I wish I was organic one day.
This kind of reminds me of like
A fox in a bathroom
Yeah.
in armor. This was like the original stuff that he had. It was like this kind of art.
wow!
And that was really something. Anyway, so if you're wondering what we're describing right now, you better go check out our friend
Oh, look at that.
Ben the
Yeah.
Fox 1996. Yeah, that's interesting. The Fox 1996 on DeviantArt.
Kind of reminds me of Sonichu's stuff, if you know.
Of
them.
who? I don't.
Sonichu.
No.
No, never mind.
Anyway, what were we saying? Social media.
Social media, love it or hate it, you're
It
probably
exists.
subject to its will.
Yeah, it's all over. We're on social media. You
are on
guys know
social
that
media.
because you follow us on all the social media, including
yeah.
our Instagram and our Twitter at
Which is-
official TAI podcast.
Which is being taken care of our lovely publicity team.
Oh yeah, we have a big publicity team working on that, and we are very thankful to have them. And they're putting out funny content for you guys.
Yeah.
Just the way we put out funny content for you guys
Every week,
every week.
except when it's not.
But usually,
But usually,
like 100% of the time,
about 100% of the time.
it is.
It is. So,
Social media, James is a very special case because he doesn't have a phone.
no, I do not.
What is your experience, James, with social media from the youngest age that you remember talking about social media with someone? Did you ever have social media before that we don't know about, that us as a people don't know about?
I mean, the earliest thing I can really remember about social media was, if you know what Google Plus is,
Oh,
which is long gone by now, folks.
not even longer. It was like last year they did.
Okay, yeah. But like,
But nobody ever used it. So
No one
it's
ever
basically
used
long
it.
Gone.
but yeah, folks. Sorry if we're boring the news right now, but Google Plus is down. You cannot see your old posts from
Hero Brian is
earlier.
not a real thing.
Hero Brian is not real.
I still think about that often.
Oh man, that's crazy.
He'll never be an official skin in Smash when he gets released.
So sad.
So sad.
Well, actually, he might. Maybe. Because, okay. Anyways, yeah, I think dating back to 6th grade, because before then, I actually was not even allowed to have an email.
Wow.
So without my own email, it's kind of hard to set up a social media platform or set up account on social media.
Yeah.
My mom definitely did not want me using Facebook. I knew what Facebook was back then.
You also weren't old enough, right?
Well,
To be-
I mean, the other kids in my grade were also not old enough,
Oh.
but they did it anyway.
Oh, James had some rule breakers in his
I
grade.
had some little rule
Why do we always come back to you in elementary school, James?
because
Anyway,
elementary school was the peak of my life. But anyway,
good. But Google Plus, can you describe what Google Plus was for the viewers at home who
yeah,
have no idea and they're uncultured?
Google Plus was Google's attempt at trying to make some kind of Facebook, but ultimately it just wasn't Facebook. Like,
Yeah, it was kind of like a weird mash. Now that I've experienced more social media, I started with Google Plus also. We'll get to that. But it was like a mash of like Twitter and Facebook.
and a little bit
of.
Reddit,
A
actually.
little bit Reddit, yeah.
So
Is Reddit social media?
yeah, you share posts and talk with
What
other
is
people.
social media?
Let's look it up instead of asking existential questions.
Anyway, just continue describing Google Plus and your experience with it while I have the research team look up social media.
Yeah, but so on Google Plus, you could basically like friend different people, just like you could on Facebook. However, the main difference were these quote unquote circles, and it was supposed to be like your circle of friends, the circle of your family,
Or like a group on Facebook.
yeah, sort of, but like not really. Not okay. I'll get into. There was something like groups.
Oh, was
that
it
was
different?
Excuse me.
You're good. I'm going to jut in and just say that our research team has just come back. Google, our very prominent source here on this podcast, says that social media is websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. So definitely Reddit would fall under that category.
But yeah, so how circles would work would be like you'd have one circle for your friends, one circle for your family, one circle for like maybe close friends or like further friends. I don't know. It was a weird friend system.
Wow, that's a little scary.
Yeah.
Well, this is my best friend. You're just my friend. And the other person has you in their best friend circle, and you're like, oh crap, that's not good. That's not good at all.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, whatever.
But so yeah, there were ways you could categorize the people you were friends with. However, there were also communities and groups. So groups were like more informal things between like you'd just set it up between you and like 5 friends or whatever. Let's say, I don't know, you want to share memes about Minecraft.
A common thing on Google.
A pretty common thing, surprisingly common. But yeah, let's say you want to share memes about Minecraft with your friends. So you could create a group called Minecraft memes and share on there, and you'd get to everyone.
But then communities was like a public thing, right?
Communities was like a more public thing, exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, so like I think on Facebook there's stuff like, I don't know. They're like very public.
On Facebook you can make a group public or you can make a group private, and that's a much better thing to do than two separate.
Communities were kind of like groups, but just public. Yeah, there was really no difference.
Interesting.
And so you could like join a group or community, and whenever somebody would post in that group or community, they would appear in your feed, in your homepage or whatever. And also, just like Facebook, you could post directly to your homepage or feed or whatever you want.
People could like that and comment it and share it. Share it, maybe?
I think so. I think you could share it. And yeah.
Your experience with Google Plus.
My personal experience. So yeah, like I said, first experienced Google Plus in 6th grade because that's when I first created my own personal email.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Is it your same email that you use today?
It is actually.
Nice. What's the email address?
I'm not gonna say that.
Almost gotcha. Don't worry, we would have cut it out of the episode anyway.
Yeah. Exactly.
His email is jameschen123@gmail.com.
Shoot.
It's okay, I'm cutting it out of the video. And we're back. We're back.
Just had to cut.
Cut James
being
lame.
Yeah, sorry.
Stop describing Sans Undertale for the fans, okay? Let's tell us, what was the first thing you ever posted?
Oh, the first thing I ever posted.
So you started in middle school, you just got your first email, you've got some freedom online. What do you decide to post?
Okay, as far as I can remember, it was one of 2 things. Okay, I really wanted to experiment with like the different posting features. And I know you could create polls. Yeah. But
this is an
not,
opinionated man.
not quite as exciting as you think. So one of my first posts was, which do you prefer, dogs or cats?
Wow.
And
you were breaking the internet in 6th grade. That is incredible. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Good on you, man.
I think I only got like 1 or 2 votes on either side. I don't remember which side won. Sorry, folks. Sorry for the folks back home.
Now nobody knows.
No one will ever know.
Cats are better.
Ever again.
Vote in the comments below.
Vote in the comments
right now.
down below.
Are you a dogs person? Say dogs. Are you a cats person? Say cats.
It was either that or, so I'd been, for reference, I'd been watching YouTube before I got my email because you don't need an email to watch YouTube. You just kind of watch it.
Just kind of, you can just use your eyes.
And I remember
Stupid.
I watched like some top 5 or top 10 list of like some like silly videos, and one of the videos was I think it was called a dog performs a backflip while riding a unicycle, right?
Wow.
And the thing about this
Why
video,
do I get those recommendations on YouTube?
the thing about this video is it's entirely fake. So what
Oh.
what they do is you click on the video and it's 5 minutes of a blank screen and a loading like icon. But it doesn't even work for the modern age because they changed the loading icon. Thanks, YouTube. Now no one will know that now everyone
funny
will know.
fake video.
Now
Must
everyone
have
will
had an
know.
epic thumbnail.
Yeah. Oh no. It did have some thumbnail of
Yeah,
like
like a dog.
Yeah. I'm sure you could still find it nowadays. So
And maybe it got taken down. YouTube was like, this is bad.
perhaps. I don't think so though. For the folks back home, report back to us. See if you can find it.
I have a funny Oddity trailer that's like that to show you.
Really?
But yeah, I'll show you after the podcast.
So yeah, I posted that because like I was like, oh, funny prank. If I post this video, what a cool. I'm like, what?
So
a cool video is this?
can I just recap right now? The first thing you ever posted on social media was either one, funny lol XD prank about a dog riding a unicycle on a horse's back, or two, a poll where you asked people whether dogs or cats are better. Those are the two
Yeah.
options.
Yeah. Wild time 6th grade was. Gotta admit.
Wow.
I can't remember much else that I've posted. Going a little bit forward, this was around the time that Five Nights at Freddy's 2 was released,
Wow.
which crazy to think about that long ago. This was
That's
6th or
nuts.
7th grade, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 release, and I was like, I'm gonna make another poll. Do you like the old animatronics or the toy animatronics better? Don't know why I made this poll. Don't know what the intention was behind it.
What won though?
I cannot tell you.
my
I'm
God.
sorry. So sorry.
If only Google Plus was still alive, we could check it.
Only.
My Google Plus experience was so bizarrely different.
Really?
It was very much like everyone. So I also got it in middle school because I wasn't allowed to have my own. I wasn't allowed to have a Gmail, and then I finally made my Gmail one day, and I immediately made a Google Plus because all of the 6th grade, or I was in 7th grade, maybe 6th grade, late 6th grade, was on Google Plus, and they'd added me to Google Plus. I had a Yahoo account before, and they would add me to Google Plus, but it would just send me emails and it would describe everything. You know how it describes everything in text. It's like when you get it's like when you're on a Samsung and then an Apple user sends you like the screen effects of like a ton of things, and it's like screen effects sent, and you're like, well, I don't fucking know what the screen event is, and so I went in there, and it was like that was like the social networking. That was like big time. Everyone was interacting with each other, and I was trying so hard, and I just didn't work ever.
Wow.
And it was very sad. I did like Google Plus though. By the time I like got around to like really using it, everyone was not using it.
Oh no.
And I was just like, I would post something and nobody would like it. It was just like whatever. I mean, I'm not still sad about it. It was just like at the time it was very like, why would anybody like my Google Plus post about Groot? Yeah, but I thought Google Plus had like a fun vibe to it. But looking back on it, just the interface was so.
It was weird.
James, how would we rank every single social media platform we go through on today's episode?
All right.
Out of how many socials out of 10 medias? How many socials are you gonna rank this?
I think
out of
I'm gonna have to give it like a 4 socials personally.
out of medias?
Out of medias, 4 socials out of medias.
Okay.
Only because I would honestly give it a lower score, but it gets the job done. If you want to communicate, because actually, Hangouts, I'm pretty sure was spun off of Google Plus. I'm not exactly sure.
Hangouts is very good.
Hangouts, I like personally. I've been using it for a while.
I wish I used it still, but people use Messenger, and that's my new.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Well,
later.
we'll get to that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Hangouts was was made because of Google Plus. I don't know if that's
I think it
actually
was
true.
because I don't remember Hangouts being a thing before.
Well, you tell us, folks.
You tell us, or our research team will tell us. Get on
And
that,
our research team will tell us.
Jason.
And so it gets the job done as a social media platform. I mean, like you can do most like basic actions,
Most stuff.
but it's first of all, like looking back on it, because it's directly linked to a Gmail account, people get it relatively early. And so
That's true.
most people's experiences with it are like cringy middle school memories. Oh yeah, like a lot, like half of my posts were like, repost this if you have a soul or whatever.
You're that person? Oh my god.
Yeah, no.
Thank God you don't have real social media. I'm gonna give it also 4 out of 10 medias. Mostly because I think it's very bad. It would probably get a 2. But I think a lot of my young days were on there. And I have not like positive memories associated with it, but like some memories. And I would say that it wasn't horrible. I would give it a 3, and then I'll give it a 1 more for nostalgia, so it gets a 4 from me. Do we want to move on to Facebook?
All right. Everybody's everybody's most infamous social media platform.
I don't understand. Facebook should be a thing more. As someone in the college scene, Facebook would be perfect.
Oh, do tell.
It makes so much sense. You know, people will be like, "Oh, we need to get in a group to work on work on like a study group, or work on a group for we're gonna do a presentation for all of this year. We need to be in a group." And people will make text convos instead now. Like the two things that people go to now instead are just regular text group chats or GroupMe. GroupMe.
We'll get to that later, I think.
We're not talking about it.
We're not talking about GroupMe.
Talking about GroupMe right now. GroupMe is utter, like, flaming garbage. Does not make sense to have a GroupMe when you could literally have multiple people in a Facebook group, or have them on Facebook and then add them to a Messenger group chat, because you can have the same number of people. Maybe GroupMe is more, but you don't need 200 people in a group chat unless it's a school-wide group chat. You need a school-wide group chat? Fine, make a GroupMe, but you don't need a school-wide group chat. And it's just like everything that they use GroupMe for, they need to use a Facebook group for, because it's like they need something that you can put a post and people can comment on that post, versus just like they put a text and then it gets lost behind 3 people sending TikToks and they're like, "Oh yeah, wait, it was me who vomited in the bathroom. I'll go clean it up." It's like that's what needs to be the platform, and GroupMe does it so wrong, and all it does is make a big group chat, not even that big. Anyway, GroupMe gets -1 billion socials out of media. That's it. You don't even get a say, James.
That's the Wow. Folks,
Facebook is good. I think the group feature is a completely underused feature on Facebook, because sometimes I feel like people make a group chat for something that just needs to be a Facebook group, because it's much easier to have a post and then people are able to more easily go back to the post than being like, scroll up through this text, versus like a text convo is like, "Hey, I need to converse with these people," versus like, "Hey, I need to put this out as an idea to the group." You know, I hate putting a text in a group chat being like, "Hey, who's like guys," and especially in like a project group chat, I'll be like, "Hey, like who's doing this?" And then everyone's like, "Haha, look at this funny image I found for our presentation." They're like, "Oh, funny image. And then guess what page doesn't get done? It's just, Facebook groups are good. I think there's a bad connotation around Facebook, that it's like the old people,
which I kind of don't understand.
I think some people just get on Facebook or see people like older people on Facebook and they're like, "Oh, it's not hip anymore." It's like, yes, it is. Why is it not?
Yeah.
Why is it bad that there's older people on this? Not even that. Like what? What's the problem? Is it like, "Oh, my mom's gonna see what I post on Facebook"? It's like, okay, don't post something stupid on Facebook,
Or just don't friend your mom.
yeah, or don't do that. If you're a mean person. I friend my mom on Facebook, and she loves everything I post. I don't know if she could hear that. My mom's with us in the recording studio today.
Yeah. Shout outs to your mom.
Shout out to my mom. Take a shot every time we say shout out. Take a shot every time we say take a shot. Every time we say shout out.
Also, like whenever I'm
also Messenger is a great function of
Messenger is
Facebook. Sorry,
fantastic. We'll
James.
get into that in a second. Whenever like teachers are talking about Facebook, like sometimes we'll have like social media days where like we talk about the dangers of social media or whatever. Or well, actually, that was only once. That was once.
Okay, I was like, that's a weird thing to have often. Like,
and then or sometimes I don't know. Sometimes Facebook will just get mentioned out of the blue, and then every single time Facebook is mentioned, all of my teachers are always like, "Oh, you're the last generation to use Facebook, right?" Or like you're the last grade or last.
but it's true. Like people aren't like even the classes of freshmen when I was a senior at Gunn, like
Really?
they didn't have a Facebook group. They didn't have a class
did
of
not?
something. They
Really?
just had an Instagram page. And I was like, that's
yeah.
not helpful. That's not good at all. How are you supposed to
That's
do
not good
it?
at all.
I was like, that's not good. Because the thing is that if you want to create a page where people can interact with you, and post things, and like you want individual participation, not interaction, participation. Instagram is not the way to go, because Instagram is, hey, it's me, and then everyone's like, wow, you look great. You know, that's what it is. Facebook is like, hey, it's me, and people are like, wow, this is me, and then it's like, wow, this is me, and Instagram is like not made for that.
Right.
Sorry.
It's just like but I mean it's not entirely true. Like I do see like a good handful of people younger than me using Facebook. Like the way teachers always phrase it just seems like Facebook dies out with the class of 2021, which is wholly not true. I don't know where teachers get this idea from, but
Because in college, all of a sudden, people stop using Facebook.
Really,
I want to add people on Facebook in college, but then they're like, oh, I don't use my Facebook. It's like, why? Why wouldn't you? Why?
that's weird.
Because nobody else in college uses Facebook, and it's like, and it's not like I post things all the time on Facebook, but it's like if I need to reach out to a large audience and be like, hey, I need people to talk to me about this, I use Facebook. I don't go on Instagram and make a funny poll. That's my funny time. That's what I do for my funny. That's not what I do when I'm being like, I need to talk to people. I definitely don't go and fucking group me, make a big old group chat, and go, hey, what's the deal with this?
Sorry, folks. The engine it's getting kind of out of control here. I'm trying to fan the flames, but it just ain't working. Anyways, we'll give that a little bit of time to simmer. Right, Facebook. Yeah, I definitely do agree with the group part of it. I think there really just is not any other social media platform that just allows you to make groups easily, other than like Google Plus. But again, that was dead. So like, yeah, like he said, there's no way to really post things. And yeah, I really don't have much else to say. I guess
let's rank it. Let's rank Facebook. It gets. You have a ranking for Facebook?
I do have a ranking.
What's your ranking?
I'm gonna give it 7 socials out of medias, just because, personally, I am, well, okay. There's, we
500 people in a group? That's how big it can get? Why do you need 500 people in a group chat? If you want 500 people in a group chat, just kill yourself.
Damn.
500? Oh, and GroupMe says groups larger than 200 people can get noisy. Ha! Fucking ha!
Oh, that's epic. That's so epic. Well, maybe Maybe you want to go like on a.
I'm giving Facebook.
Wait, I didn't explain my reason.
I'm giving Facebook a good 8.5 socials out of medias. It's a fantastic platform, completely underused, has a bad rep. I think the only bad thing about it is that they spy on you all the time, and we're not going to talk about that because Mark Zuckerberg owns my butthole.
I was just about to mention that I feel like there's everybody that uses Facebook pretty much knows that if you use Facebook, all your information will definitely be collected and sold. But as long as you're okay with that, it's mostly fine. Also, for me, I don't actually post on Facebook that often.
Skype owns GroupMe.
Oh, of course.
Of course it's Skype.
Wait, let's talk about Skype next. We were going to totally talk about Messenger next, but we're going to talk about
Well,
Skype.
Messenger is part of Facebook. I was going to say. I think it's a thing. Well, it's basically just Facebook chat, right? Just on a different app.
But I was also going to talk about Hangouts separately than Google+.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I just have more to say about Messenger specifically than Facebook. Sorry, kind of ruined
it. No, it's okay. Tell us about Messenger.
Well,
Messenger, if Messenger is on its own, gets a solid 10 out of 10 on the socials out of the medias for me.
Personally, it's gonna get a 9 out of 10 from me.
That's fair.
Well, actually, I didn't finish my reasoning about Facebook.
Yeah,
finishing Facebook. I don't post that often, just because I don't want to really have a huge presence on social media. I don't want people to have a holistic view of me just from looking me up on Facebook, because personally, I stalk people on social media all the time, and I don't want people stalking me on. I don't want people stalking me on social media. So as a security measure, most of my stuff is set to private, anyways.
Understandable.
But even if they do get past those initial security methods, there's nothing to see anyways. So, L for you guys. I don't post that often. I don't like things that often. I don't comment that often. Yeah. So it's just a whole side of Facebook is just kind of I don't use it. So that's why it kind of gets a lower ranking, even though it's very versatile, it's very useful. I just personally don't use it quite as much as other people do. And moving on to Messenger, I personally have kind of a 3 main messaging services I use, right?
If you ever want to contact James, this is he's telling you right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now how to do it. There's Hangouts, which I primarily only use to contact people I met in middle school. And even then, it's usually the people that I met in 6th grade that I use Hangouts for. Then Messenger, anybody that I met from 10th grade onwards. Actually, I did not even have a Facebook until I had to work on In the Heights, and it was just very difficult for me to communicate with people without a Facebook.
And now you love it.
Now, I love it 7 out of 10. Right. But yeah, it's a very decent social media, or not social, messaging service. I think compared to Hangouts, I do like it better than Hangouts.
This is a nice UI.
It does. It's a very clean UI. I like the reacting system.
Oh, I love that. And I love the fact that you can reply to certain people's messages.
Yes.
That's really fantastic.
Yes, that's
I don't know if texts... Do texts do that? Can you do that in texting?
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't remember it now because I haven't texted in a while. Nobody texts me.
Oh, that's an L.
I'm just kidding. Lots of people text me all the time, but not in GroupMe. By the way, I'm making a Facebook group called GroupMe Haters.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can join it. It's a public group. It's taking a long time to create. I don't know why. But so far, it's just me, James, and Peyton Dick.
Oh, yeah.
She hates GroupMe, too. So
That's
don't
awesome.
You want to see me and Peyton Dick's GroupMe messages? Check it out. Oh, I deleted the app. That wasn't even a funny joke. I just actually deleted the app.
I deleted the app.
Yeah, I really. No, I don't have that anymore. Well.
But yeah, what's unique about the unique features about Messenger is you can remove messages. You can
Play games.
You can play games.
No, but you can do that in text. But you have to pay money? Question mark.
Oh.
No, you can do 8-ball maybe. That everyone plays 8-ball. That's a big. If you're popular, you play 8-ball. If you don't play 8-ball, you're not popular.
You can play games. You can reply to messages, and you can react to messages, and that's pretty much
all you have to do ever.
All you have to do ever, really. If
it also has a great system. You can make a poll in there.
Oh yeah,
really
you can
easily.
Polls.
You can send music really easily. I don't know if you've done that, but I love they have a very good connection. I think if your Spotify is connected to your Facebook, you can send songs through Spotify really easily. Yeah, lots of really good stuff. Kind of a little creepy. Sometimes you'll be like, if you type into the name of a song, it'll find it and be like, hey, do you want to send this song to somebody? And you're like, oh no, why are you reading my texts? But that's just the way social media be. This group is taking so long to make.
But yeah, all around, very useful. Not really any downsides to Messenger.
But why are you not giving it a perfect score?
Because
they spy on you.
No. Yes. Well, yes, that is part
James's
of it.
nudes will be leaked one day by Marcus Zuckerberg.
Damn it. But personally, it's just I like Discord better. I think Discord.
Oh my god, Discord.
Do you want to get into Skype or Discord first?
Okay, we're not. Do you have anything to say about Skype?
I fucking hate Skype. I hate Skype.
I had to download it once to video chat my tutor, and I don't like it.
It's so terrible.
When there's FaceTime or there's video chats in any other messaging service,
exactly. You could video chat.
You don't need to have a Skype to video chat someone.
No,
especially when it's not even that good. Like, it's not like it's like superior camera quality.
No,
it's like, no, that's
worse.
your whatever device you have. And it's not even like Skype. Anyway, Skype zero.
Awful. Zero.
Socials out of media.
Literally anything else is better. Use anything else.
Yeah. Speaking of something better, Discord. I love Discord. Discord it's got that gamer reputation.
Yeah.
But really, it doesn't need to have it.
Actually, I think my only criticism of Discord would be its gamer reputation. I was last night.
Discord's fault. Well, kind of it is, actually.
It totally is. I was talking to one of my friends last night, and he's like, yeah, Discord's really great and all, but I think, like... And I was like, oh, I wish all of my friends use Discord because I think it's just the best.
I wish more people use Discord too.
Yeah, but he was like, I think the reason most people don't use Discord is because it's just the gamer logo plastered all over it. And like, it just seems like, even though it's like better than Skype, it seems much more unprofessional than Skype.
I think that's true, but I think that's partially why I like it so much, is that like there isn't a sense of like fun to it. It feels there's a lot of different things you can do that I'm a very unknowledged Discord user, and I know there's things you can do with like you can put like little programs in there that play music, and you can play the Pokemon. What is it called? Pokecord. That's fantastic. Seriously, very unique. Very good UI. It takes a little bit of getting used to at first. At first, I still this day I'm like the other day I changed my profile picture and I was like, I don't know, but then I changed that.
No, but yeah,
the voice calls every single time I've been on them, they've been very good, high quality. I haven't done any video calls. You can do screencast sharing. Just good. Whether or not you're a gamer.
Basically, whether or not you're a gamer, it's just the best messaging service out of any of them. Like, I think the only thing that you can do in a different messaging service that you can't with Discord is
reply to other people's texts.
But there is sort of a way to do that. You can like quote other people technically, but it's a lot more inconvenient than replying directly to a message.
I will also say that the UI on the phone is not very awesome. The UI on the computer is fantastic and it's really fun, but I had it on my phone and I was like, this is not that great.
Yeah. That also it takes more getting used to than the
I will say that
version.
the computer version is far superior, and
It's definitely-
having it on your phone is not superior.
It's definitely built a lot more for computers. Also, I guess one more thing, there's a reaction system, but most people on Discord don't use it as compared to Messenger.
Yeah, Messenger, you get any
yeah.
reaction. Messenger has 5 base ones, which are like,
There's
wow.
heart,
Yeah,
there's
heart.
laughing, there's sad, there's thumbs up, thumbs down,
and angry.
and angry. Yeah, pretty much.
Just like how you can react to Facebook posts. And this one, you can just put whatever you can react to it with an eggplant.
Yeah.
Or with the 100 if you're cool and funky. React with a hashtag.
I think the option of just having any of them kind of overwhelms most people, and
Yeah,
so
it kind of does for me.
the reaction system mostly
There's
gets
somebody behind us sneaking up on us.
under the bus.
I'm giving Discord, I'm going to give it a 8 out of
Really?
media. Because of the phone, usability is not that great. And I think that it's a little overwhelming for new
That makes sense.
new users. Versus
Yeah.
like Messenger, it's like, okay.
You just get on it.
Yeah,
and
you can get on it. Versus Discord, I got on it and I really had to be led through it by an experienced Discord user.
Right.
But I will say that once it is there, it's a very solid, probably better, 100% better than Messenger. But I think that it has some small, I think it needs to be more user friendly.
I guess, yeah, that totally makes sense. I would give it a 10 out of 10 just
Understandable,
because
very understandable.
I've basically been using it every day for like 3 or 4 years now.
And it's never, ever asked him if he wants to put 500 goddamn humans in a group chat.
Actually, well, it's never asked.
No.
Anyways, I really like it just because like after 3 or 4 years, I've turned most corners of Discord. I know like most features in and out. But even to this day, like there's still like a bunch of like different shortcuts and really obscure options and features that I haven't explored yet.
It's quirky.
It is quirky.
It's fun and quirky.
It's fun and quirky. I really appreciate the message editing system. For some reason, like no other messaging platform has it. I find editing messages super useful. Sometimes I'll type something and then like I'll accidentally press enter, or like I'll have a second thought and want to add something to it last second. And like with Messenger, like you can like remove a message and then retype it, but that's just not quite as smooth as just editing a message right there. And I guess with Discord, there's no like you know in Messenger there's like the little bubble that shows when somebody has read your message.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing like that in Discord, but personally I prefer
There is something like that, right?
there's
Maybe not.
no, I don't think so.
Keep talking about Discord though.
The devs of Discord clearly love it very much. They pump out updates constantly. Every few months, they just constantly work on the platform more and more and more. And it just has so many features. Like I can really do anything with it that I want to.
There is no version of that. That would be useful actually. I would like that.
And I think my favorite feature of Discord is
There's a mark as red version?
well, you can also just press escape. That does the same thing.
Wow. That's so great. I wish I had that.
I personally love the way the emojis are done. I think it's so fantastic that you can search for any emoji, because in Messenger or Hangouts, it takes like 2 years to find, like, if I'm looking for some obscure
You
emoji.
can search for messages? Wow, it just gets better and better. Maybe, okay, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 now. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
What is
you can
this?
search for messages. It's awesome. Yeah.
That's my name in here. Why is there a private chat that says you do not have the permission to view the message history of my name?
You can search for messages, and the search function for messages is absolutely like it's so clean. You can like even if you don't know the exact words of the message, you can like there's so many options. You can search like what day it was sent, or you can search for messages that were sent on a specific day, before a day, after a day.
This is really fantastic.
You can search for like in a specific channel, somebody said it. Does it contain a file or an image or a link? You can just press escape, like I said, and then it just does that. You don't need to keep clicking that. It's okay. The channel system for servers is fantastic. Discord really just gives you the freedom to do exactly what you want. If you know what you're doing, you can do exactly what you want.
This episode is going to be titled Armand Rages about GroupMe and James Nuts over Discord.
Honestly, yeah, I love Discord. It's great.
I love Discord too.
And
what else is there?
well, Hangouts. We have not
We're talking about
specifically
Hangouts.
talked about
Hangouts.
Personally, my Hangouts usage has slowed significantly over the years. I've noticed
There's just other things.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's definitely dying.
and people are not using it as much.
Yeah.
I will say that at a time it was useful for me, so I'm going to give it like I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 because I don't think there's anything specifically wrong with it, but I think that it's had its time.
Yeah. I totally agree. I
Plus,
think
I have a lot of wacky memories with Hangouts.
I think I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10, just because it kind of has nostalgia value.
It does have nostalgia value.
And it's it's the main messaging system I use to contact my best friend, and it's just I've used it for the longest, so I'm the most used to it. And it does have a few features that Messenger is missing.
Oh, really?
Like
It has a good red system.
yes,
It's very clear. That's very clear. The only thing I've used Hangouts for in the past couple of years is just to prank one of my cousins who's the same age as me. Yeah, I've just been pretending to be a different person.
that's epic.
And I keep messaging them like 1 or 2 months apart, and I'll be like, "Hey, like, how's life going?" Like acting like a weird person, and it's been really great. They're just like, "Oh yeah," and I'll be like, "Hey, are you in college yet?" And it'll be like, "What?" So anyway, that's so. Thank you, Hangouts, for that.
That's awesome.
Shout out to my cousin who's definitely not listening to this. So
Great.
they'll never find out.
Great.
that I'm that weird person that keeps messaging them all the time.
But yeah, you can do really like obscure features that are actually kind of useful. They're like slash commands, which just basically means like you can do like slash
Yeah, like
shrug.
the italics thing.
Oh,
or like
that's
Armand
not-
removed a thing, or like
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I know what you're talking
no,
about.
Yeah. That's you went in a different direction than me, but I guess that encompasses what I mean. But yeah, you can. What he's talking about is you can do /me, and then
Oh.
some message.
Never mind.
Oh,
Oh, that is the same thing.
that's the same thing. You can do /me and then some message, and it'll show like it'll basically kind of look like a command. It'll show your name, and then it'll type out the rest of the message. So if you do something like /me, destroyed the universe, it'll be like James destroyed the universe or something. Or you can do like
And it's
slash,
like, whoa, what, you fucking destroyed the universe. That's bad.
and it looks very different than a regular message. So it's kind of
very,
cool.
it's very much like
It's
the
very
thing
cool.
that happened.
And you can do like /shrug or / like IDK or like / there are more. I'm not gonna go all through all of them.
ducks appear.
That's a
lot of little ducks.
that's a different thing.
So many ducks all over the place.
Yeah, they're hidden secret commands like /
hidden secret commands.
Good times. They're
Sorry about that.
you can do stuff like /pony, and that'll make a little pony come across the screen.
Wait, is the duck thing a real thing?
I don't know if it's specifically ducks.
I was just making up a duck thing.
But there's something similar to like a bunch of things coming.
Wow, I love that.
Oh, that's right. It was I think it's /pitchforks or something. That'll make a bunch of pitchforks come across.
Try that now.
You can do /pony and make a pony come on screen. You can input the Konami code and it changes the color of the Hangout. But for me, I like doing like /shrug because frequently, yeah.
Oh.
On Messenger, I frequently find myself ponies. There you go. I'll try
pitchfork.
/forks. I think it's pitchforks. Oh, there they go.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very cute. It's very cute.
Wow. What a great service. I'm going to give it an extra point for that.
And on
Just one item.
Messenger, there's some effects, but I really find myself often wanting to shrug at people, and there's no easy way. Like there's a shrug emoji, but it looks awful, and I hate it. The shrug that you get from doing like /shrug on Hangouts, it's much better, and they have that on Discord too, by the way, just for reference. And let's see what else. Yeah, and it's solid. It's useful. It gets the job done. Maybe it doesn't do everything. Oh, most of you probably don't know this, but you can actually search for messages on Hangouts. It's a really difficult process. Like on Messenger, on Discord, there's a direct button for it, and Messenger, there's also a direct button for it. But what you have to do with Hangouts is you have to go into Gmail and search, because like for some reason Gmail hosts all the messages in Hangouts like as email. So if you search for a message on Gmail, then it'll come out like in the same kind of format as an email. It's really strange and bad. I kind of hate it.
Yeah, this just sounds more and more confusing the more and more you describe it.
Anyways, it's missing a lot of distinct features that I really appreciate. You can't delete messages. You can't edit messages. You can't react to messages. You can't reply to messages. But I mean, you can make group chats. You can DM people.
It's a very basic.
It's very
I would
basic.
say.
Exactly.
Very basic.
It's very
it's got
basic.
some quirk, but it's very basic messaging service. Yeah, it's gonna get a 6 out of 10 medias for me. 6 socials out of 10 medias for me.
Yeah.
The last two that I think we're gonna talk about are we're not gonna talk about Reddit. Reddit is a whole video.
Okay.
And we just made a Reddit account.
We did.
Follow us on Reddit.
On Reddit.
Can you do that?
I technically, but one does that.
You want to follow us on Reddit, though. You definitely want to. At Official TAI Podcast. That's a really good thing to follow us on. The last two are the big titans that, James, you have little to no experience with. Actually, no. You have some experience with Instagram.
I have some.
And you're kind of a Snapchat star.
Apparently, I am.
You have experience with Snapchat.
I never have had experience with Snapchat, but I
rate them both, and then I'll talk about it.
Okay. Actually, I've also heard I'm an Instagram star as well.
That's true.
I remember.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Have you ever seen our page's Instagram?
Yes, I look at it all the time. It's so.
That's
epic.
why you're a star.
No, but like.
No,
I remember on the day at the end of Survivor, I don't remember, it was either Kendra or Annalise. She was like, wow, I can't believe I get to finally meet the famous James Chen that's always on my Instagram feed. So that was
it might be because she follows the podcast page. That might be why. Shout out to Kendra and Annalise.
Anyways, yeah, Instagram, I do have some experience with it.
You don't have an Instagram though.
I do not.
Yeah.
I just like kind of like to, like I said, I stalk people.
Poke around, yeah.
I like to poke around. I like to stalk people just a little bit. If your Instagram is public, I probably have already seen it. So
give it a rating.
I think I'm gonna, from what I've heard about its uses, I'm gonna give it a solid like 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Someone is calling me. I've heard that the messaging system is very convenient to use, but I've never been able to touch it because
you don't have an account.
That and also
it's a little dangerous.
how you'll get mugged if you use it. No, but you have to have a phone if you have to have the app.
Oh, you do.
Yeah,
that is true.
So even if like I created a spam account on Instagram, I still would have to get the app. So it's inconvenient for me. Well, actually, it's impossible for me. So never gotten to test out the messaging service myself, but I heard it's decent. And I actually, yeah, it works for what it wants to do, but maybe a little bit too well.
I will say that my experience with Instagram is I did get an Instagram in 7th grade, but not on my phone. I didn't have a phone to get it on. I got it on my friend Gary Mottman's. Shout out to Gary Mottman's. I got it on his phone, because you can't make an account on the computer. When I started Instagram, but you could access it. So then I would go home and I would be on Instagram. I could like people's things, but I couldn't post anything on the computer, which I still don't think you can.
I'm not
sure.
I don't know.
And nowadays, I don't really like Instagram that much. I don't like. I don't know. There's something about just everyone. There seems to be like a thing of like you have to post and it has to be a certain way and there has to be a certain filter on it. And I feel like every time I scroll through my Instagram, no offense to all the wonderful people that I know, but it's always like the same things. And sometimes I'll see like a wonderful, like sometimes it'll be a fun post about like Gabby Faulkner's improv show, and she'll put a funny picture of herself, and it's like, oh, I like that. Yeah, that's fun. Or yeah, that's it. That's all the posts I like on Instagram. No, I'm just kidding. That's like, and I just feel like sometimes if you post something like significant, like a fun event on there, or like something that's like recently happened to you, it gets lost, especially for me and the feed. It's just like the wave of things. I don't like looking at Instagram that much. I also have started using the Explore page a lot more, and that has been really awesome.
Yeah.
Like the Explore page, don't really love Instagram itself. I think the stories, Instagram stories are cool. I think they're a fun little bite size. You can put a poll, you can put a music track. I love that. I'm going to give Instagram, what did you give it, a 7 out of 10?
I gave it 8 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 of socials out of medias. That's what I'm going to give it. Just because I feel like it's a little oversaturated sometimes.
That's kind of what I meant by, I think it does its job well, but a little bit too well.
Yeah.
Like, as a place where you can just post images of whatever you want. It's
very
fantastic.
good. And people can interact with it. Again, different from, what was the difference I made earlier? Interaction versus,
I do not remember this.
I remember. There was a good distinction I made earlier in the episode. Go back and look at that distinction. And comment it down below under this timestamp, 5703, whatever.
But yeah, you can post whatever you want, and the tagging system is pretty good.
Tagging is good. I think overall it has a good UI. The messaging is fine. I just don't use it that much. I think it's a little bit. It has a bit of a, the way Facebook has its like, its way of being an old person thing, or Discord has a way of being gaming thing. This feels very much like a clout farming platform,
that makes sense.
And that rubs off on me very badly. Maybe because I'm both an old person and a gamer. The other things don't bother me, but the clout farming thing, I don't think I'm a clout farmer unless it comes to this podcast.
We want all the clout.
We want all the clout, and we have all the clout. But Instagram, it just rubs me the wrong way a little bit. I feel like the stereotype affects that platform specifically a little bit more in its usage.
Also, I think it can get like really toxic. Out of all the social media platforms, I've heard Instagram getting the most toxic.
That's true. And again, I think it's part of that clout culture. I'm not saying that if you're on Instagram and you're posting pictures of yourself every day that you're looking for clout or you're trying to be someone. That's fine. You're free to do whatever you want on Instagram, but the general vibe that I feel like some people and a lot of people get, just the same way that if you're on Discord, you're not a gamer. You probably are, but you're not a gamer. You don't have to be.
One final note.
On Discord or just in general?
On Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram influencers are, sorry if you're an Instagram influencer.
Shout out to our Instagram influencer listeners. Collab with us, please.
They're kind of one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Like,
never mind, don't collab with us, I guess.
You get paid. They're just like,
It's like a celebrity in an advertisement.
It's kind of like a celebrity,
being
except
an advertisement.
They're just an Instagram account.
Yeah, but they have a lot of followers,
Yeah,
and so
I
they
guess.
influence people.
Yeah, but I just think it's dumb. I find the whole.
I think you're a little bit jealous that you're not an Instagram
I think
influencer.
I am a little bit jealous.
Anyway, last social media platform we're going to talk about is Snapchat. It comes and it goes. I think it. James, you have like the least experience with this one. You're not even able
Like
to look at people's Snapchats.
yeah, I'm not. It's not possible. I think I can create an account, but I don't think I can do anything with it.
What are you gonna rate it? Since you have very little experience,
What am I
just
gonna
from
rate-
being a Snapchat star and the fame you've acclaimed from it being on my Snapchat.
I think I'm gonna rate it a good. Actually, Oh, this is a bit tough.
I'm gonna talk about it for a little bit while we do this because I don't want to run you guys too long
Yeah,
for us
sorry,
talking about
folks.
Snapchat. And we have a second mini episode today that's coming out for you gamers,
yeah.
you Discord users. We're gonna talk about Byleth a little bit and her thoughts on Smash. You have no idea what that is. Don't get into it. You don't want to. It's a little bit dangerous. Snapchat, I love Snapchat. I've always really liked Snapchat. I've stopped using it as much recently, but I used to be a fiend on Snapchat. I would post all the time. I loved posting on the stories. I still do when there's funny things happening. I love just like randomly, even though it's like not really good or ethically right, just like randomly like taking a video of somebody and they're
Right.
doing something funny. It's a very different social media site from other sites, and I think some people don't like that. I think some people don't like the idea of it being like a very fast-paced, very like just send a picture of yourself. You know, I don't really like streaks. People send streaks. I don't love doing them. Usually, if I have a streak with someone, it's just because I either like talking to that person on Snapchat a lot, or I'm doing it. And that's what it is.
You're stuck
I
in
ended
the
a lot of my
cycle.
streaks recently. That whole concept is weird. It's weird to me. You know, I don't know. That is a bit bizarre, the whole streaks idea. But I do love the stories. I love Bitmoji's connection with Snapchat. Bitmojis are fantastic. I love Bitmojis, and I love the Bitmoji stories they have now on Snapchat. Snapchat, every time they try something new, they lose a lot of people. A lot of people are like, wow, da da da, and you know,
Yeah,
they
didn't
have.
they change the icon recently?
They just change different things, and it just goes like up and down and up and down, and like how people like it. Like people still are mad about how they've changed the whole UI not recently, like 3 years ago now. And
Nice.
people are still like, "Bah!" But I will give Snapchat, I think, a 8 out of 10
Okay.
for me.
I think, actually, originally I was going to go with a little bit of a lower score, maybe like a 7. But after hearing you talk through the different features, I think I'm going to actually go for a 9 here
Wow.
out of 10. Personally, for me, I've actually thought a lot about if I really would want a Snapchat, if I could get it or not.
The question everyone has
And
at the young age that you are at.
I think for me...
Sorry. I don't know why I threw that one in there.
Interesting. I think for me, I've personally wanted Snapchat for a long time. Maybe not like for forever, but I think it just seems maybe the fun of it would die out really fast. But
It does a little bit, I will say.
but I think the stuff about stories and like randomly sending pictures that kind of stuff appeals to me
Yeah,
because
it's fun. It's funky. It's crazy.
and like I like the fast-paced nature
Oh, yeah.
of the texting system because like if I'm at home, I pretty much will respond to you if you text me immediately, right? If I have access to my social media platforms, I will immediately respond to you, pretty much no matter what circumstance I'm in. And so I'm a very snappy texter, and in my peak Discord usage, I would literally be like, I could like go on for hours and hours, and like people would send like messages at like 1 a.m. and I'd still be awake and respond, and just I feel like the quick, fast-paced nature of the platform kind of appeals to me.
It's fun.
I think the only and also some people, Dennis, just don't text people outside of Snapchat.
You say this as Dennis has texted me like 5 times just out of
Really?
Yeah, I don't even know what he's saying. He's saying, let's see what he said. Let's see what he said.
That's so funny. Awesome. And also, I love Bitmojis.
Oh, yeah.
I've never gotten to use them,
Oh,
but
that's sad.
watching
You can make an emoji for your email.
really, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I don't really want to attach that to my email though. That's
Oh, I
that's
would.
strange. Okay. Well, you do you, man.
Put it on your resume. Put it on. Big old article about that the other day where the people were like, resumes are becoming professional. People can put whatever you want on there. And it's like, okay.
Whatever. But yeah, Bitmojis, like, they look so epic. Whenever I see people, like, posting pictures of them, they're just so... They just have... Like, a lot of the time when you create your own avatar, people just go for, like, the wrong aesthetic. But I don't know what it is about Bitmojis, but they got something.
Oh, they nailed Bitmoji.
They
nailed something on the head real well. Bitmojis on their own get a 100 out of 10. That's the winner of all of social media for me. If you guys don't know me, I am a big Bitmoji advocate. I love Bitmojis. Bitmoji Stories was like a life-changing thing. And the fact that they're going to do Bitmoji movies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're going to do that. Not like Lego movie, but like they're going to do like video format now.
Oh, that's so epic.
I'm so excited.
But yeah, just like the little comics that you can make with Bitmojis. I love those. Absolutely lovely.
So what was your final score? A 9.
A 9 out of 10. I think I would really enjoy it if I had the opportunity to use it.
Well, that's our episode on how to get clout online.
Oh yeah.
Via.
But let's recap for a second.
Oh yeah, let's recap our score. So we started with
Google Plus.
Google Plus, and what did you give that?
I think I gave it a 4.
I think I gave it a 4 also. I did.
Yes.
Give it a 4 out of 10. Socials out of medias, and then we went to Facebook. I gave that a 9.
I think I gave it an 8.
I think I gave it a 9, except Mark Zuckerberg has creepy hands.
Yes.
And then we went to
Messenger. I gave that a 9.
I gave that a 10, I think. Mm-hmm. And then
Discord. I gave that a 10.
I gave that a 9.
Right. I think next.
Hangouts?
Also GroupMe -1
No,
billion.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the name. Skype gets a negative 1,500, just the amount of milligrams in a Kuno turmeric. Yeah, that's right, our sponsor. We love you. It gets a negative 1,500 out of 10 socials out of medias.
Hangouts. I think mine was a 7.
I think mine was a 5 or a 6. Socials out of 5.5. Something was 8.5 on here. I forget. For me, I don't remember which one.
Oh yeah, one of them was.
Maybe it was Facebook. Facebook was.
Yeah, 8. I think
5.
actually
you can go back and listen to all of it. Who knows? And then what else?
Tell us how wrong we are.
Tell us how wrong we are. What else?
Instagram.
Instagram. I gave that a 7 out of 10.
I think I said 8. And then
I gave Snapchat a 9 out of 10. And then we both.
I thought you said 8.
I did give it an 8. You gave it a 9.
I gave it a 9.
And then
Bitmoji.
Not a social media platform, but in general, Bitmoji gets
The Absolute Idiot Podcast.